The attack happened on 22nd April 2025 in Basiran Valley, Pahalgam, Kashmir. Around 2:45 p.m., armed terrorists opened fire on Indian tourists. Five Islamist militants were involved, wearing army-style uniforms. The attack lasted 15 to 20 minutes in a remote meadow, only reachable by horse or foot. 28 people were killed, including 25 tourists. Most of the victims were Hindu tourists from various Indian states. The attack was one of the deadliest on civilians since 2008 Mumbai attacks. The terrorists were armed with M4 carbines and AK-47s. Tourists were relaxing, eating and ziplining when the shooting began. A ziplining tourist recorded the gunfire on video. It went viral online. The zipline operator was heard shouting Allahu Akbar before the attack. Witnesses said the gunmen asked tourists about their name and religion. Victims were asked to recite the Kalma Islamic prayer to prove their religion. Those who couldn't recite it or recited it incorrectly were shot on the spot. Men were reportedly told to remove trousers to check. A Christian tourist from MP couldn't recite Kalma, he was shot at. His 10-year-old daughter was shot in the leg but survived. A Hindu man who couldn't recite the Kalma was spared. Women and children were mostly left unharmed, but many were traumatized. A Navy officer from Haryana on his honeymoon was killed. His wife was spared after she was forced to say, "I am Hindu." A local pony operator, Adil Hussain Shah, tried to stop the attackers and was killed. Adil reportedly attempted to grab a terrorist gun to protect tourists. Attackers told a survivor to go and tell Modi what happened. Victims were from 10 different states including Orissa, Karnataka, Kerala, UP and Maharashtra. One victim was a Nepalese citizen visiting with his family. Another victim was a retired banker from Andhra Pradesh. A cement dealer from UP was killed along with his cousin. 20 people were injured, several in critical condition. Survivors described scenes of panic, chaos and screaming. Bodies were found lying across the meadow with blood everywhere. Locals and pony handlers rushed to help evacuate the wounded. 11 people were rescued on foot and horseback through dense terrain. The injured were taken to hospitals in Anantnag and Srinagar. Kashmiri Gurudwaras opened their doors for shelter and food. Emergency helplines and rescue operations were launched immediately. Over 1,500 locals were detained for questioning. 10 suspected militant homes were bulldozed by security forces. The group TRF initially claimed responsibility. TRF is an affiliate of Lashkar-e-Taiba based in Pakistan. TRF claimed the attack targeted settlers disguised as tourists. 4 days later, TRF withdrew their claim, citing a communication error. Intelligence believed the attack was pre-planned and aimed to cause panic. Locals reported unusual movement in the valley before the attack. In one video, a survivor says religion was confirmed before shooting. A woman recalls when she said Hindu, her husband was killed instantly. 3 off-duty central government employees were also killed. Attackers had knowledge of the terrain and fled toward Pir Panjal range. Army, police and paramilitary launched a joint search operation. Drone and helicopter surveillance were deployed. Heavy security lockdown was imposed in Pahalgam after the incident. The valley had recently been opened to tourists without army clearance. Security forces believed that lack of army presence enabled the attack. Locals criticized the administration for ignoring warnings. Nationwide protests broke out demanding accountability and justice. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cut short his foreign trip to return to Delhi. He chaired an emergency cabinet committee on security meeting. The government suspended the Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan. Trade and diplomatic ties with Pakistan were frozen. Pakistani diplomats were expelled from India. India revoked visas issued to Pakistani citizens. Indian airspace was closed to Pakistani carriers. Pakistan responded by suspending the Simla Agreement. Skirmishes were reported along the line of control on 24 April. One Indian soldier was killed and 2 injured in Udhampur. India's counter-terror strategy included use of Hull-Dhruv helicopters. Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited Kashmir on 24th April. He reviewed the ground situation and met injured victims. Opposition parties criticized security lapses and poor intelligence. Congress and AAP demanded a judicial probe into the incident. Opposition also raised concerns over absence of army in tourist zones. All-party meeting was held, but PM Modi was not present, sparking outrage. Survivor testimonies confirmed the religious profiling during the attack. A woman said, "They asked twice, Hindu or Muslim." Terrorists carried printed maps of the tourist area. Weapons found at the site included American-made guns. Intelligence agencies suspect cross-border planning. Pakistan-based groups have increased activity since 2024 elections. TRF previously killed Kashmiri Pandits and migrant workers. Attackers have also targeted non-locals and teachers in the past. The goal is to create fear among outsiders visiting or settling in Kashmir. Security experts believe the attack was timed before elections. Social media was flooded with grief, anger, and solidarity posts. Many users changed display pictures to black in protest. Bollywood actors, politicians, and civil society condemned the attack. Victim families were promised 25 lakh ex gratia compensation. PM Modi said the attack will not go unpunished. NSG commandos were deployed for follow-up search operations. Surveillance intensified across South Kashmir. Tourists were advised to avoid off-road sites and isolated trails. Srinagar airport reported mass cancellations post-attack. Several states arranged special flights to bring back stranded tourists. Security was heightened in all tourist zones across Jammu and Kashmir. Basirin Valley was declared a no-entry zone until further notice. Attack reignited debates over Kashmir tourism policy and demographic fears. Many questioned the TRF narrative versus ground realities. Locals insisted this act doesn't represent Kashmiri civilians. Some Kashmiris formed human chains to protect tourists in other areas. The victims' last rites were held across the country with state honors. The nation mourned but also stood united in the face of terror. ये सिर्फ अटैक नहीं था, ये चैलेंज था हमारी यूनाइटी, हमारी सेक्युलर वैल्यूज़ और हमारी देश के सोच के खिलाफ. पर हमारी जज्बात, हमारा ढेर और हमारा विश्वास कभी कम नहीं होगा. जवाब मिलेगा, इंसाफ होगा और भारत याद रखेगा हमारे दर्द को, हमारी हिम्मत को और हमारी जीत को. जय हिंद.